My dad was retired military, and he was like he was in management at the post office, the Charlotte post office. He was in management there, so he was like hardcore, like y'all just don't believe. But from South Carolina State Championships, we went to Savannah, and I don't know. We went to Savannah. Our race stopped, and I thought like, all right, I'm gonna win this damn thing. Yeah. Like we went in, my car was dialed, and here's the thing: like if I broke a ball cup, my dad was pissed, but he wouldn't never buy me any ball cups. That's how hardcore he was. He wouldn't never buy me no new ball cups. So if I broke a ball cup, he was just like rage. Well, anyway, Savannah dialed in my cars, everything, and went down. I think I finished B main in Savannah. And the thing about it is, Savannah, Georgia, the best of the best came to Savannah. We were all kids then, but you had Jason Brown, J.R. Mitch, Mikey Mellon, Jason Rona. Just the best of the best. The Ralphs, Brett Ralphs, I forgot his brother's name, but the best of the best came. Joe Freitas. Joe Freitas was another guy. He came to the South Carolina State Championships. He was my like go-to guy. He was sponsored by Associated, sponsored by Reedy. He was my go-to guy. He was there at the Savannah Georgia State race, and that was an eye-opening experience, because at that time, J.R. Mitch and Mikey Mellon brought the Double X. And Mikey Mellon had actually went over to London or England to race the Worlds over there. So he was coming back, and he was laying it down with that car, like laying it down. And he was racing like Jason Rona, you know, with the aluminum chassis RC10, and announced to me, like I didn't know, like I'm watching J.R. Mitch and Mike Camilla, and I'm just like, wow, that car is so awesome, like so awesome. So I did good at that race. To my standards, first time going to Savannah, I did good. We come back, and it's Christmas time, and Double X came out, and me and my dad bought the Double X, and we put it together. Snowing January, February in North Carolina at the time, and we drove to Tampa, Florida for the Winter Champs to race the Double X. Like, we haven't had on the track. We don't know anything about it. We don't even know anything about the Winter Champs. So we drove all the way down there on a Friday to practice, and like practice on a Friday. We get there, I get 4 minutes of practice. A 12-hour drive, I get 4 minutes of practice. Now, Masami's there, my buddy Joe Freitas is there, the Ralph is there, Jason Rona's there. It's all in their backyard, you know. All the Reedy guys were there, you know, Scott Hughes, you know, J.D. Beckwith, all them guys were there. Like, they had their own tent, and it was like the who's who. And Losi, they had their own people. I think it was Kyle Reed, Jack Johnson. I think Ernie Pavetti was there. Gil Losi, Pops Losi was there. And I had 4 minutes of practice. So, and this is the first time driving a car. I forgot to tell you that part. This is the first time. So my 4 minutes of practice and the first time driving the car. So I set it out, and the car, and it. Oh, let me back it up. First time in modified class without a motor lathe. So I'm driving the mod. I go out there, and I did horrible. Oh my god, I did so freaking horrible. The car, the Double X, pushed. Like, it would not steer. Like, the car was good on rough tracks, bumpy tracks, but like Winter Champs in Tampa, Florida, it was not good at all. Masami ended up taking it with his 4-wheel and 2-wheel. Mike Reedy, y'all, like, my motors, I could notice they were going slower and slower and slower as a weekend. And I went over to Mike Reedy. My buddy Joe Friedis was sponsored by Reedy. He's like, hey, take it to Mike, talk to Mike to help you out. So I went over to Mike and I said, Mike, the motor's getting slower. I was like, any way you can like true them or give me some tips or whatnot, because I didn't have a motor truer. And Mike said, look, take your comm out and bring it over to me. And he goes, take your comm out, bring it over to me, bring your whole motor over to me, the can and everything else. He took his time out of his team drivers and he trued my motor. And I raced a 13 double or 13 triple. And he put his own brushes in it and everything. And it wasn't even one of his motors, y'all. Like, he did that. Didn't know me. Like, first time meeting me. And he did that. Like, it still sucked. Like, when I went back out, the car was fast as hell. But I still suck. But, that was my, invitation to Mike Reedy. These are guys I just seen in videos, That was my in-person with Gil Losi, Pops Losi, like I said, Kyle Reed and Jack Johnson, and there's a couple others there. Ken Wall hadn't signed, or I think it was almost in the works of him signing, because I think he won the Worlds, the 2-wheel Worlds in England, so he was almost about to sign. So we come home, bring the car to Cameron Hobbies, drive around Cameron Hobbies. Car still pushed. Like, I preferred my Losi or Team Associated over this car. At the time I was racing the Losi Pro SE also, and I preferred that over the Double X. But I kept on, like, I made contacts down there, like all the guys that race for Losi, I got their numbers, and I was hitting them up. Like, I would hit JR Mitch up on a Monday, hit so-and-so up on a Wednesday, and then they give me their setups or whatnot, and then I would take their stuff to the track, and by Saturday, I thought I would be dialing. Nah. So, fast forward again, the state championship, North Carolina State Championships is around. And this time you had to qualify for the nationals. Like, it wasn't no going to the nationals and like you're there. No, you had to go through regions and all that to get to the nationals. And shout out to Bubba Ryan too. Bubba Ryan's another one of my buddies from Savannah, and Anthony Andrews out of Atlanta. So the region qualifier, whatever, for the nationals, the regions, was in Cherryville, North Carolina. So me and my dad been practicing. Like, he's like, make sure your car's down, all that. So we've been practicing and everything, and we're going down on Mondays and practicing, and then I want to say we go race on Saturdays, and I'm got a stopwatch, and I'm timing myself and tearing down my car, emptying the shock oils, and putting the shock oils back in, cleaning my motor, cleaning the dog bones, and putting it all together again, and getting it ready for the next race. I'm timing myself with a stopwatch. And we go down, like, my dad would get off work at 3 o'clock, and he worked in Charlotte. He would come back up to Kannapolis, get me, and then drive past Charlotte to Cherryville for me to go practice. And he would bake in that hot sun for me. Well, there I am practicing everything, and I'm doing, and the car is just like, it's not doing. Like you think you're fast until fast guys come along. So, so I got out there and I did my best. We had an associate guy named Principato, Mike Principato or something like that. Got out there, I did my best and crashed and I'm like, man, like this car, like people were going up under me, like I thought I was, you know, hugging the apex and everything, and I didn't make it to the nationals. Like I didn't go past the regions. And at that race, my dad left me at that race. So I come back to the pits after my race and he is gone. Like I'm 45 minutes to an hour out in the country away and he's gone. And there I'm in my pits, you know, and race is over. I say goodbye to all my friends. Adam Drake was there. He was another guy. Pat Rossner, senior Pat Rossner was there. So those guys left and, you know, the track was quiet. Everybody's gone. And it was on this guy's property. And this guy's like, hey, your folks coming? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, my mom's coming. I didn't know who was coming picking me up. You know, I was 13, 14 at the time. So everybody left, so I just broke out my car and went and practiced on a double X that couldn't outsteer the other kids. At the time, people were running the Traxxas TRX-1 and Associated Aluminum chassis. At the time, they was running the World's Edition or something chassis. And my double X, how advanced it was, I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it to steer. Like I couldn't do it. So, get a job at 16. I quit after that. Like I was like, I'm done. Like that double X kind of ruined me. Like I was done.